Okay, so welcome back to the Black Intellectual. I never thought I would have to talk about this topic again because I thought I made it clear in the last video that I don't really care about the situation. I think y'all niggas is a little too invested in a woman y'all don't know, and too invested in a woman in a situation with a dude that I don't even listen to, and I couldn't tell you a song from the nigga. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that nigga might be doing another 10 years. I don't know what's going on. But I want to start by saying that Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson seem like they like each other, dog. Like I don't really have an issue with it. I said it before. I'll say it again. I know in the last video somebody had mentioned to me that I mentioned her whole phase without mentioning his whole phase, and I kind of regret that. So let's just be honest. He done been messing around. I think he even got some history of cheating from what the person told me, and I did do some research. He does, so he ain't particularly squeaky clean like a lot of y'all niggas is trying to make it sound. Like y'all trying to make it sound like Klay Thompson was just the next Russell Wilson of basketball or some shit, and Megan Thee Stallion just locked him down and this, that, and the third. But nah, I don't think so, bro. He just ain't a mess. He just ain't got no like kids everywhere and a bunch of baby mamas running up to the doorstep trying to rip Megan Thee Stallion's hair out or some shit. But for the most part, I don't have an issue with them. Like I said it before. I think this is a good chance at another nuclear successful black family. She got money, he got money, put it together, raise the kids together. And hopefully they don't break up. Hopefully they don't divorce with the kids. I hope they are good. She seems to be very, very resting, very, very feminine in this relationship. And that's a good thing. Now I know the buzz kill for Megan Thee Stallion recently was the fact that she dropped that song Lover Girl. And a lot of black women were excited about that because it seemed like, okay, Megan Thee Stallion's going a different direction. And then the video drops. And then there's nothing but the same old shaking the big old fat ass on the camera. And it's just like, damn, we thought we was getting something new. But instead, we got the typical thought rap Megan Thee Stallion stick. And I think that might have been the part that the straw that broke the camel's back in regard to some women just saying, okay, we was excited for this, but then you give us the same old thing. So I guess the crave for something new is finally starting to happen. But let's be honest, that thought shit ain't going away no time soon. So I know that's like a thing, and I kind of agree. I do understand why the women are upset because it was like, yeah, Megan, you about to drop some music about being in a relationship with Klay Thompson. Y'all got a cute relationship, and then you drop the same old, same old, same old, same old, same old, and that's part of the problem in just this whole dynamic in general. When I can understand where the men are coming from, where it's like she's been a whore, she ain't changing no time soon. You're right, but he been running through bitches and cheating and this, that, and third. So it really shouldn't matter who's doing what to who in this regard because it's a two-way street out this bitch, especially when it comes to those two. Now, with that being said, it seems like these two seem to just really like each other. I think they just moved into a house together. Then they got a picture of them with the heart, with the house, and there's a key in there, implying that they've got a house together. They moved in together, and that's a good sign. That means that they're in a good relationship. Now I hope that relationship stays healthy. I hope they have a nice little relationship. When hopefully they have a nice little baby after their wedding, and I only can wish great things for Megan Thee Stallion because, like I said in my last video, the girl had a bad childhood or an unfair childhood. She lost both her parents young. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish the industry didn't get a hold of her, but it did. And she is still, in my opinion, a little bit more well put together than a lot of these other girls that's in the industry right now. And if you want to be honest, she made it this far without having kids. And as far as I'm concerned, Klay Thompson still hasn't really gotten her pregnant. So I don't know if she's like, hey man, I ain't having no babies till I got a ring. Then I'd be like, that's cute. Maybe she does have that standard of not getting pregnant. She'll probably sleep around, which is part of her whole musical stick. But maybe she's like, no babies until I got a ring. And hey, listen, Cardi B did the same thing. So some of these female rappers, I told y'all, they don't move like y'all move. You know what I'm saying? They don't move like how a lot of sisters move. They may say all that goofy shit in the song, but deep down inside, when they in the real world, they moved a little differently. They move a little bit different. So, with all that being said, I think you niggas is just a little too invested in what Megan Thee Stallion's doing. over a dude y'all probably don't even really listen to anyway. So in my personal opinion, I think y'all need to just let Megan Thee Stallion be who she is with who she's going to do it with. I think Klay Thompson sees something in her that he likes. Or am I to be mad at him about that? But I will say that the image of these two will reflect their kids down the line, but I don't think the kids will care that much because the kids going to be dirty fucking rich anyway. And this seems like a good thing for Megan Thee Stallion. I would like her to have a nice happy ending, even if I don't particularly support her music or anything like that. But I just would. I don't want to see people die alone or anything like that. It's just unfortunately a lot of people end up doing that, and a lot of sisters like Megan Thee Stallion tend to end up like that. But maybe Megan Thee Stallion is different behind closed doors. We don't know. We don't know what she's like with him, but he seems to love Shorty. He seems to fuck with Shorty. I ain't, because you ain't about to move in with somebody you ain't fucking with. That's just me. I mean, unless you broke and you ain't got nowhere to go and you're desperate, but I ain't moving in nowhere with somebody I don't bang with. So, as far as I'm concerned, they good for each other. He seems to really like her. She seems to love him. Hopefully, they stick together. Hopefully, the men who are mad about them being together can just, touch grass and breathe in the air that God put on the earth for us and just go on about each other's business, man. Yeah, I don't particularly like the whole situation of being out in the streets and then getting with somebody at the end. But if they both was out here in the streets, then I mean the streets brought them together. As weird as it is to say. But anyway, I think that was pretty much all I had to say on the topic. Like I said, if we want nuclear families, successful or middle class or whatever, then this is a good sign of a nuclear family for the black community to thrive on. Right? So, let that just sink in your heads. It's a little food for thought. But I'm signing off. Black Intellectual. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one.